From the station that's working for you, you're watching Fox 4 News at 7 a.m.
Well, the plot of his new autobiography could have come straight out of a movie. And here with us this morning is author Frank Romano, whose new book, Storm Over Morocco, describes being imprisoned in Casablanca in the late 1970s. And before you were in prison, this all started out as a spiritual journey for you?
Yes, I was going through a spiritual crisis, wondering whether God exists, and headed out to the Holy Land. And it turned out more like a fight for survival against an extremist Muslim group that I met in Casablanca on my way across Africa.
And how was it that you got involved with the religion, studying Islam, but then you ended up in prison?
Yes, I was in Casablanca in a mosque. I just wandered into a mosque. They threw me out, and a member of the congregation invited me to join a new mosque to find out what the real Islam was. And after a week of studying there was a guard out in front of the door, and I was in prison. They held me captive there.
And why did they imprison you?
Their goal was to convert me to this extremist form of Islam, and that eventually I would help recruit for them when I got back to France and eventually back to the U.S., my country.
And eventually you were able to escape. How were you able to do that?
I was very weak. They were using a lot of mind control, so there was a 10-foot wall around. I never even thought about scaling the wall. I befriended the guard, and through guile a bit, I was able to slip out the door when I distracted the guard. The guard was looking through my backpack for money. I told him about it, and when he'd slammed the door in my face after he was teasing me with the door, I noticed that he slammed it open. And so as soon as he was distracted, I slipped out the door and ran for my life.
How hard was it to stay on the run and get back to safety?
It was very difficult. I had to throw off my Arab shoes and go barefoot through glass until I finally got to the center of Casablanca, where people I had met before hid me. And I left a few days later on an early morning train when most of those folks would be in the mosque, and was able to get out. It was very difficult. There was a lot of paranoia after that. Took me 2 years to stop looking over my shoulder after that.
But interesting, this was in the late 70s, and yet we hear so much about extremists now. I would imagine it's really impacted you too, just of the last couple of years of all the different events and hearing more about the religion.
Well, I never thought I'd reveal this now, and was afraid to. I think it's now a good time to share it so people don't walk into the same trap. But this was an extremist group. This is not Islam. And when I hear about these groups, I have compassion for victims of extremism. That has helped me.
And quickly, the Peace Freedom March that's taking place next month. Tell me about that event and why it's important to mention that.
Yeah, I've asked Storm Over Morocco, the book, the bridge today is working on interfaith groups. And every year I go to Israel and work with Muslims, Jews, and Christians for peace. And this March, October 6th, is going to be in Ramallah, the capital of Palestine, to Jerusalem. And why? Because no one goes to the West Bank really very much. And I want to show the world and bring journalists as well that this is a peaceful place and they want peace. And they will have peace. I feel very optimistic about this, working with the Israelis.
Thank you so much for stopping in and spending time with us this morning. As we mentioned, Storm Over Morocco is available at Amazon.com. If you'd like more information about the book, you can visit our website, myfoxkc.com, to find a link to Frank's website. Also, the Peace Freedom March will be October 6th. It will start in Ramallah and end in Jerusalem. For more information, you can email Frank directly. Just check out our website to find his email address. Again, myfoxkc.com.